In this video, I'd like to talk about the Mermaid.js diagramming tool. Now, this is an open source MIT licensed JavaScript library, and it's pretty amazing. There are many ways to learn about this through tutorials, the docs, the live editor, which gives you real-time opportunities to test out the different diagramming and charting options, as well as a course that I found super helpful on Udemy for Mermaid.js. And the author here is Emmanuel Bakare. I probably got his last name wrong, but just covers a wealth of information. He also has a YouTube channel where some of this information is available, but I highly recommend the course. It taught me so much. And with that, I was able to put together what we see here. Now, this is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. What we have here is a hard-coded workflow, flowchart in this case, with the proper syntax that is required to create a visual. Over here, you can see we haven't generated a flowchart yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in some JSON. Now, this JSON is coming from a DocuSign CLM workflow. And if you've ever worked with the DocuSign CLM, in terms of trying to generate documentation, you can export the workflow as a PNG or a JPEG, but it doesn't give you the best experience. Now, this again is just my first foray into playing around with this. And what we can see here is it took the manually entered markdown syntax, which is what is used for Mermaid, and it now generated it off of the JSON. So with about 20 lines of JavaScript, give or take, I was able to parse through, none of that's hard-coded by the way, parse through the different steps that are in the CLM workflow, determine a path if it's who's canceling this. This is a cancel workflow. So when someone wants to cancel a document or a job within DocuSign CLM, that's what they're doing here. And it applies the labels and then proceeds to go through each of the steps. Now, what's happened here as well is I've read dynamically from the JSON the actual step descriptions. Over here, they're hard-coded, but over here, this is all dynamic. So the next step would be to take other workflows and pull it through, but the power here is with what you get with Mermaid.js. The power here is the ability to create a visual using markdown syntax. And if we take a look here in the debugger, we'll see that everything was written out for purposes of being rendered in the actual screen. So very powerful stuff. Not a lot of JavaScript to get this done. And it just allows another opportunity to visualize, to document. And there's going to be even more enhancements here where instead of having to click to see properties one at a time, the goal would be to actually have everything displayed so the user can very easily see the workflow, and then for each step see relevant information that could be helpful in terms of troubleshooting or maintenance, etc. This also raises a lot of opportunities, however, for any type of JSON to then be consumed and rendered using Mermaid.js to provide a better visualization of the data. And those examples will be coming shortly as well. So I hope this video provides a little bit of insight into the power of Mermaid.js, some options that you can use to learn about it, as well as the power of web technologies to be able to take the JSON that comes from a DocuSign CLM workflow, consume it, and generate a visual for it. Thanks.